Hey guys, and welcome to the Capt Fizz Masked Guy show. Tonight on the show, we're going to be talking about, for whatever reason, we're talking about the trailers for the new Ghostbusters movie starring Melissa McCarthy, and we are going to be talking about the Rogue One Star Wars trailer. And so, you know what, guys, I'm really tired, so let's just go to the music, please.
Technical difficulties. There we go. Hey guys, welcome back to the Capt Fizz and Masked Guy show. Hopefully we are free of technical difficulties tonight, which apparently continue to plague us. I started the music 90% of the way through the song, and...
Yeah, anyways...
I am Captain Fizz.
And once again, greetings from the 7th Moon of Thunder. I am that masked guy. How y'all doing?
We are doing wonderful.
That's good. Because I'm really tired tonight, man.
You know, I think everybody is tired. It is a Tuesday. For some odd reason, my body told me it was a Thursday today. I hate my body. Screw you, body. It is only Tuesday.
I just wish it was a Friday. But you know what? I am glad to be here.
We always wish it was a Friday.
So yeah, I mean, we're talking about a couple of trailers tonight. The original plan, as I brought up on our little Facebook video earlier, was that we were going to talk with Darth Panda about the Star Wars Rogue One Squadron trailer, because, you know, Darth Panda is a huge Star Wars fan, and so...
He's a huge geek in general.
Yes, this is true. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to, get, with Darth Panda for several different reasons.
There was life issues for the captain.
Yeah, amongst other things, unfortunately. But you know what, the show must go on, so, you know, we'll kind of talk about, you know, the trailer and some other stuff.
Yes, let's get the bad out of the way. I think we both just saw the Ghostbusters trailer for the first time.
I've seen this trailer a couple times. Actually, if you go on our Facebook page, you can check out, I think it's Captain Fizz and the Masked Guy. Just search that on Facebook. I actually posted an interesting video on there, and what it is it's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man watching the trailer for the first and unfortunately the last time. And, you know, he has a less than positive response to the trailer. But so, I mean, I've seen this trailer now a handful of times, and maybe it's just because...
That made me laugh, because I feel she should have been slapped a long time ago. That's just me. I'm not a Melissa McCarthy fan. I think she's a mockery and a joke to the industry and blah, blah, blah.
You know what? The only thing that I've ever even remotely enjoyed her in was Gilmore Girls, and I just like that show for the dialogue.
I didn't even realize she was in it. You want to know why? Because I don't watch Gilmore Girls.
It was one of my sister's favorite shows, so that's...
Oh, I thought you were going to blame the wife.
It's one of, you know, my wife's favorite shows as well. I think my wife actually got hooked on it by my sister, so I didn't really have much of a choice.
You got screwed.
I epically did. Just thank God that, you know, the dialogue in the show is incredible. Otherwise, I would hate myself.
I would hate myself anyways, but that's besides the point.
Anyways, just judging from the trailer on this, I mean, guys, gals, if you're as much of a geek or more of a geek than us, you've probably seen this trailer. But it's,
it was my first time. I broke my cherry.
Anyways, I guess the kind of the story behind this is it's very similar. 3 scientists discovered, ghosts and decided they're going to band together to try to capture them or fight them, and
or something
along those lines. It's interesting because it would appear that there might be someone in a human enemy in this movie somewhere who is, as is pointed out in the trailer, is amplifying the paranormal to attract ghosts to New York City. This is just what I'm getting off there. I don't know. And again, much like you, Bud, I really don't, I'm not a big fan of Melissa McCarthy's. And so, to be quite honest, I'm not really a big fan of any of the women in this. And this isn't being sexist or anything. It's just, it's sheer, I don't enjoy this stupid, gross funny that, Melissa McCarthy in particular seems to really enjoy.
See, I think in my opinion, or my case at least, I wouldn't care who was actually starring in it. I'm not a big fan of Ghostbusters being redone, revamped. I think it was done perfectly the first time. Why mess with a good thing?
You know what? I seem to recall the original plan was that they were going to have the original 4 come back to do some sort of movie or something where along the lines where they kind of introduce a new generation of Ghostbusters. That idea, unfortunately, died when Harold Ramis did a couple years ago, and so they decided, hey, let's go off and give 4 women a chance to do this. And
even at that point, you're still redoing a classic, and I feel like the more you redo a classic, the more you change things, tweak it up, whatever you want to call it, you're actually destroying what the original stood for.
I don't know. And I'm maybe we can go off and touch less on this and touch more on remakes. My wife just informed me, I believe it was yesterday, that there's a planned remake of Adventures in Babysitting, which is one of my sister's, one of my wife's favorite movies of all time. I remember how happy she was when I bought her a copy on VHS 20 some odd years ago.
As far as I'm concerned.
And I do feel that part of the problem here is that it's becoming more and more difficult to come up with original ideas. And from a story point of view, I believe I can't, there really isn't that many original stories from there. Apparently, I know I'm gonna get this wrong, but apparently there's only really 5 stories, and every story, every movie, every novel, every television series is all based off of one of these 5 different stories.
And I do definitely agree with that. I do find, though, if you look at Star Wars, yes, they retweaked it, they redid it, technically in a sort of form. But at the same point, while doing that, with a brand new cast, all that stuff, they followed the original storyline. It wasn't so much that they tweaked it, they just enhanced it, they extended it. I find what Ghostbusters is doing is less of an enhancing and more of a, out with the old, in with the new. And I'm not sure that's the right way to do it.
I'm not sure. I know that Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray are both making cameos in the movie. From what I understand,
their paychecks are running out.
I don't know. I'm not sure why. Dan Aykroyd. I can't really speak. I know these guys. Unfortunately, unlike some of the other cast members from Saturday Night Live, actually, I think almost every one of the cast members from Saturday Night Live is gone in some ways. We don't even get to see too much of Steve Martin, who seemed to be the most successful out of everyone from that cast. But I mean, I don't know. I think they're kind of hoping kind of passing the torch. I know that Bill Murray's character is going to be and then at some point, I think that would have been.
And we're back.
And I have no idea where it got cut off.
I don't know. My studio is going to be blown up very shortly. This is the cesspool of ignorance and whatever. It is what it is. You were talking about,
I just think they should have went off and done a passing of the torch storyline where we have young scientists taking over from the originals, kind of dragging the old guys back into action, only to, eventually take over, completely on their own.
Yeah, and, that would have been a good way to do that, in some resemblance of way, finding, the data, the research, the old clubhouse, so to speak. Like little things that could have tied in with the originals. Now, we don't know how it is going to tie in or whatnot, but judging from the trailer, the amount of opportunities to tie in with the original is very slim.
It is, and I don't know, it just... honestly, I laughed a little bit from it. I've seen this trailer a bunch of times, as I said before, and I'm really tired, which is probably why I found it more humorous than I have the last few times, because I think the first time I watched it, I ended up wanting to vomit.
Wow, I kind of have that impression right now.
But you know what, guys? It's just... I don't know what more to go off and to say this. I'm going to try, to go and you just see them stepping back and allowing the new generation to take over. And it was terrible, but it wasn't as terrible as I feared it was going to be.
That's like saying poo doesn't stink, but it stinks less than you thought.
Yeah, you can shine a turd as much as you want. It's still a turd. And, that's what, Fantastic Four from last year was. And
that's what Ghostbusters from this year is going to be.
It certainly looks like it. I really hope I'm wrong, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't particularly like these actresses. I know they're, really hot actresses. Not in that fashion, you sick freak.
No. I'm looking at, the actresses, and I'm thinking, the most obvious question is, I don't know any movie, except for Melissa McCarthy, of course, that comes straight to mind of, where...
This is full of irony. Can anybody hear me?
Walk with me.
Walk this way.
And we have returned. We are having technical difficulties, so we are moving our studio to a much better location. Why? Because we are awesome. Stay tuned for more. Okay, we have relocated, and we are going to enjoy sitting in our brand new studio, so to speak.
It goes off and it tracks a wider...
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the movie... We're just having some difficulties here, folks. Just one of those episodes. It just feels really weird. Maybe, the computer is feeling kind of the same way I am today.
Apparently. It seems to dislike our show at this moment, but that's okay.
I think we're going off and we're dissing Melissa McCarthy. And that is why.
Yes. So I think we'll go to a quick music break and then actually come back, talk about Rogue One. And... who knows what else? So, enjoy some music. guys, welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Masked Guy